If you have comments on time actually making this meal. I've never made it before, but Chinese food is one of my biggest cravings right now, being pregnant.
That's nasty.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl MelaninMonroe here, and today we're gonna be cooking with Mel. We also have Lonnie here as our little mini chef. Say hi guys.
Hi guys.
So today what we're gonna be making is some shrimp fried rice, vegetable egg rolls, and chicken teriyaki. Chicken teriyaki or teriyaki chicken? One of those. Either way, it's chicken with teriyaki sauce on it. So basically, the reason I'm making this meal is because since I've been pregnant, Chinese food has been my biggest craving the entire time. So I might as well learn how to make it at home rather than pay somebody to make it every time baby feels like it wants Chinese food.
Hey, darling.
So first of all, I'm going to know I just learned these recipes. I will have the recipes that listed down below for you guys. And this is my first time making it. I am not a professional chef. This is just the way I cook for my family. So I hope you guys enjoy. You go. You stop. All right, first what you want to do is start off with 1 pound of medium shrimp, cleaned and deveined. Make sure that all the poop is cleaned out and everything. Then you're going to do 2 cloves of minced garlic. You're going to want to get all that in there, all the flavor. Then you're going to do 1 cup of chopped green onion. You're going to mix that in with it as well. Next, you're going to mix in your salt and pepper to taste. The recipe calls for white pepper, but if you don't have white pepper, black pepper is fine. That's what I'm using. It wasn't a difference in taste at all. Next, I'm using a wok with a little bit of oil at the bottom to pour in my already beaten eggs to get those started cooking, because eggs cook pretty fast, and it's pretty runny, so you want to start your eggs first. Then you're going to add in your shrimp once your eggs are already cooked, and now your shrimp should already be seasoned. That should have been the first step that we just already did. Next, what I do is I add in my bean sprouts, and I used about 4 ounces of bean sprouts. Honestly, it's to your taste. If you like bean sprouts, you can add as much as you want. And then that would be in the pan for as long as, well, that would be in the pan long enough for the bean sprouts to wilt. You don't have to worry about cooking the shrimp all the way at this point. If you, the next step you can pour in with the shrimp still being uncooked, because it does take shrimp a short amount of time to cook. So this whole process should be moving very quickly, and the shrimp should continue cooking when you add your rice. And I also forgot to add in your 1/4 cup of chopped onions. Also, on this part, you're going to add in your rice. This should be day-old rice, about 4 cups of long-grained rice. I use jasmine rice. It's best to have a day-old because the rice is a little bit more dried out and easier to cook with. And this is the way that the Chinese restaurants cook. They actually cook your fried rice with day-old rice. And what you're going to want to do is just mix that up, making sure that you're rewarming your rice, making sure everything's all mixed together, making sure your shrimp is cooked well, and then we're going to move on to adding our soy sauce and all our other seasonings to taste. Now we'll be adding our soy sauce. The recipe calls for dark soy sauce, but I didn't buy dark soy sauce, so I just used the regular soy sauce that I have at home, and then I also used a browning seasoning to help with the color so that I didn't keep adding more and more soy sauce and making it more high in sodium. So you're just adding as much soy sauce as you want. You also can add a little bit more salt and pepper and just mix it all in really well. On this next part, we'll be working on the inside of our egg rolls. You're going to need 1 bag of coleslaw mix, 1 bag of bean sprouts, 1/2 a medium chopped onion, 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1/2 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 1/2 tablespoon of soy sauce. And also, you're going to want to have already thawed out 1 pack of egg roll wrappers. So we're going to add in our onions to caramelize first. Then you could go ahead and throw in your bean sprouts. So then you'll want to keep those in there until they start wilting before you add anything else. So just stir it around, making sure that everything is evenly heated. Once your bean sprouts start to wilt a little bit, then you're going to add in your coleslaw mix. And this mix is only cabbage and carrots. If you want, you could have bought cabbage and carrots separated and chopped them up yourself. I just found that this was easier for me since I'm pregnant and I'm not always able to stand up long over the hot stove. So you're going to mix everything in together. And then you're going to start adding in your other seasonings, your liquid seasonings and everything like that. So I'm starting with the 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Then you're going to follow up with the 1/2 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Throwing in also your ginger and your garlic. Once that is all done cooking, you're gonna drain the juices out with a strainer, and then you're gonna place the inside of your egg roll into the fridge or the freezer to allow it to cool down, so that'll be easier to wrap. All right, now we're moving on to our teriyaki chicken. And we are going to be starting off with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of water, some ginger chopped up, garlic sliced, and 1 stick of green onion, and also 1 tablespoon of oil. We're going to mix this all together so that it comes together nicely. You can add chopped red peppers if you'd like. I decided to opt out of that since my daughter will be eating that as well, and I didn't want it to be too spicy for her. Now in another heated pan, I'm just using the same wok over and over again. You're going to want to add your boneless chicken. This could be boneless chicken thighs, boneless chicken breasts. I used already frozen boneless chicken that will be used for fajitas just to cut back on time. It doesn't matter what kind you use, but you're going to want it to either, rewarm if it's frozen or cook it slightly in the wok for I would say about 5 to 10 minutes before you go and add anything else to it. Now at this point, you're going to want to add in the sauce that you just made, your teriyaki sauce that you just made, and you're going to want to make sure that you stir it up and make sure that it's on all surfaces of all your chicken in there, and just so that everything is covered with flavor of that good sweet teriyaki sauce. At this point, you should take your chicken out and put it on a separate plate. You're going to want to put in about 2 tablespoons of water into your wok that still has the remnants of the sauce in there. Let it bubble a bit, and then you're going to want to re-add your chicken. That's just creating a little bit more sauce so that your chicken is completely saturated in sauce. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I recommend it just to get the best flavor out of your chicken. All right. By this time, the inside of your egg rolls are cooled down. You're gonna want to bring them out and put them on kind of the side to the middle of a egg roll that is kind of diagonal. When you roll, you're gonna want to tuck it in slightly. Don't roll too tight, or it's going to come open inside the grease, and you just keep rolling it. It's pretty self-explanatory as I'm watching it. To seal your egg roll, you're going to want to use a beaten egg and just simply wipe it on the edge of the egg roll, that you're trying to seal, as if you were sealing an envelope. By this time, my camera gives out, and you don't get to see me actually fry the egg roll because I lost battery. But once you have wrapped all of your egg rolls, you will put it in a wok that has about 2.5 inches of oil in there. You don't want to, well, you can deep fry it, but I personally didn't deep fry it. So you're going to want to watch your egg rolls because they cook very fast. I would say let them cook on each side for about 3 minutes. And then you're going to want to remove them right when they turn a nice golden color. You're going to want to let them dry on a like a rack. Do not put it on towels because it'll be soggy with oil, and you don't want oily egg rolls, and nobody wants soggy egg rolls as well. So if you let them dry on a rack, it will keep your egg rolls crispy, and it will help for the oil to drip out of your egg rolls.